Hello and welcome to another installment of Comparative Reasoning. I'm your host Cedric Kennedy, and today we'll be having a serious talk on splitting the vote. Look, I'm gonna keep it real. Voting is important. Voting is essential. It is. Your vote represents who you are, what you envision for where you are. And that points the rest of the country. How do you want this country represented? That's who you want to put in place. So if you do want someone in there that might have the ideals of negativity, then that's what you'll vote for. If you want someone of positivity, that's who you'll vote for. In general, that's the idea, but that's not how it is. In truth, the way it is you vote based on your tribe. So when you're born, if you rich, poor, middle class, lower class, it don't matter. You're going to vote based on what they tell you to vote. So if you grow up Republican, you're going to vote Republican. You'll hear about good praises, why it's so awesome, why it's cool, and hate the liberals, the libs, and all this. You'll hear that, and vice versa. So you grow up, it's like, look, you ain't got any money, we're Democrats, so we're broke. So we vote Democrat because we want people to help us out. So, okay, fine. You got nothing. You'll never get anything. So you need a little help. So they teach you to vote Democrat. And I used to think that was all well and good, but no, it robs you of your individual ability and free will to vote for who you want to vote for. But that's not just that alone. It's literally you grow up voting for them and you're getting nothing out of it. The only thing you're voting for is the prevention of change. That's it. And that's why for the longest, for a few decades now, the whole thing is, well, you know what? No matter who you vote for, it's going to be the same. And the proof is in the pudding. You can see it. It either gets worse or it just kind of balances out at how bad it is. And humans can adapt to almost any horrific situation if they're in it long enough. And that's what these politicians and other people count on. Like I always say, the ones that are in power are the very people that we raise, that grow up around us, that we teach, that and whatnot. So look, there's always a push for other parties. There's always that push. Here's the thing. If you demonize voting third party, then you promote voting for the same thing that got you where you are today. No money, invalid, and no legacy, no prosperity, nothing. But your team wins. Yay. The problem is you don't have a team. You never have, you never will. And the groups that are fighting for you are the very ones that you're turning your backs on. I mean, let's keep it real, let's keep it serious, all right? That's the whole idea. And when you talk about third party has been demonized for so long that it's emotional, it's automatic turnoff. Oh, you talking that third party stuff. You're talking that third party. Who's going to vote for that? Nobody wants to vote for that. That's the problem. If you keep saying it, then you'll keep doing it. And then if you keep doing it and getting angry at the results of what you're left with after this whole process, then it's you. You're the problem. You're the problem. And you can solve your problem. Okay, so what? No one that will vote third party. Fine. You vote third party and you're unapologetic. You vote for the other party. And when others say, why are you throwing your vote away? And you can say, I'm not throwing my vote away. I'm throwing the old guard away. I'm throwing away the things that got us hurt in the first place. I'm throwing away the mindset that does not allow us to have the things that we should have had 20 years ago. I'm throwing away every single thing that has caused every single death and piece of bigotry and misogyny and all this. I am getting rid of old, nasty, worn out clothes We need new. How long can you wear the same pair of underwear that are ripped, wholly falling apart before you're like, look, I just need something new? Trust me, I've been there. I am there. I am there. Yeah, I know I say keep it serious, but no, I'm keeping it real. You know, underwear that's torn at the waistband and stuff. You know, yeah, I've got some of those. You know, and then get new underwear. And ultimately what happens when I stumble onto those old underwear that are not cool, I throw them away. They gone. What am I going to do? Hold on to it and say I don't like change? You know, change your drawers. That's the truth. You know, you got a shirt that's all beat up and worn and stuff like that. You know what? We got one. I don't wear it because I know I'll rip it just trying to get into it. It's got that many holes and it's that thin and it's that old. But you know what? It's the absolutely most comfortable shirt in the whole house. It is outright comfortable. And here's the thing. Doesn't hurt anybody. So it's all right to have that comfort. I did have a shirt that had holes in it. And it never felt good, ever. You know where it is? Probably in the trash heap. It's been quite some years. There are reasons to make changes. You know, you right now, if you want, you say, look, mom, dad, or whoever, you know what I realized? I'm going to vote third party. And they say, wait, what? Why? You can literally make the argument of, do you want, okay, let's say they are Republicans. Okay, look, do you want to vote for Biden? No, we're going to vote Trump. Okay. To what end? Why? What makes Trump worth voting for if what Trump will give makes nothing better for you? You know, that's the good question. And you can flip that. You know, hey, you know, Democrats, would you vote for Trump? No. Why? Because Biden, that's the man. That's the one that's going to save us. Really? Now, I'm throwing out the mental decline. That's gone. That's not on the table. Not at all. We're not doing that. What we're going to do is this. What is about Joe Biden that's actually different than Trump? You can look at policy. I can write a policy for what I will say I want to do, but the history and not apologizing for the history. That is what you need to listen to. Same with Donald Trump. Same with Biden. What's the history? What have they not apologized for? What have they not owned up to? What have they covered up? Just think about it. Donald Trump has spoken as much as he can and has gotten himself in a lot of political trouble when it comes to the apathetic and the Democrats. Okay, Joe Biden, he's doing great right now in the polls because he's not talking. Come on. Think about, take this stuff serious. For someone to do great because they're not campaigning, that says way too much. It is literally the same as what Trump is doing. Silence is deafening. I mean, if you have a pet and that pet ends up missing and you go to, the parent or parents, and say, what happened to Patches? And they just look at you, say nothing, and walk out. That's a lot. There's a lot of shame in that silence. A lot of shame. I want y'all to keep it real. Keep it honest with yourself. So you want to vote third party? Do it. Look, will it give you the immediate change now? No. Not immediate. And if you want immediate, then you need to go ahead and kill yourself because immediate don't happen. It sucks, but it don't happen. But let's for those that stuck in this long, let me get into the whole crux of it. Let me get right down to what's needed. How does the solutions and everything. Because normally people don't listen no more than 4 minutes anyway. So anyone that can get up to that near 10-minute mark, you're going to hear it. The truth is, the third party vote is not a vote, not just for third party, not just for at least the chance at positive change. It's also a vote against the norms that cause the evils, the bad, the crookeds, the corrupts, the perverted, all of that stuff. It's a vote against the old guard. Here's the thing. If you're a young person and you're hearing this, you need to spread this, because this is for you. The people who are Gen X, the boomers, and subtly in between and whatnot, they want the old guard. They don't even know how much of change they do. They want to suffer. Literally, they would rather die fighting a needless fight than enact change that will help them live their lives. They would rather die than give change. They do not want change. It's not happening. And I'm not talking about every individual. I'm talking about on the per capita of voting. I'm talking about the per capita voting, the number of voters in general, just a general census on it. They don't want change. If they did, we would have had it by now. You need to understand that. So what's needed? You have to go out there and you have to vote third party. You have to talk third party. You have to tell your friends, look, I don't know exactly who's running, but it ain't the left or the right. So I'm going to vote for them. Let me tell you something that's very important about this. That is power beyond belief. If enough of you young people out there, you 30s and unders, start voting, and I'm talking about 18 to 30, you are putting your vote into other parties, other candidates. If you're putting your time and energy there and you ignore these political gods that we have, without the belief system, without the support, gods die. That's how that works. That's how it works. You will be met with people that don't like you. You're throwing your vote away. They'll say everything. They'll say you're shaming, that whatever it takes to make you feel bad inside for voting third party, whether it be green libertarian, or the science or technology or whichever party. They're going to make you feel bad. They got to. You vote for those parties. You tell your friends, look, I'm going to vote for this one. I'm voting for that. You don't need a reason beyond it's better than the status quo that hasn't gotten us anything but the billionaires everything. That's all you need, because the Gen Xers, the boomers, and those that are subtly in between and slightly out of, they've got nothing to combat that. They've got nothing to combat that other than, well, you don't need to do, that's it. Once it begins with well, they don't lost the argument because they got nothing. I promise you that. I promise you that. You vote in droves. Will it split the vote? Yes, it'll split the vote. Of course. But there's way more young people than old people. And if all the young people are actually voting and not sitting at home because, I don't know, it's raining or they got to get the messages in. If y'all go out and vote, you're not splitting it. You are shifting it. There is a difference. Split the vote means there's so many of you not voting that a percentage of the older and a percentage of you, it'll make sure that the Republicans do win because there's not enough. That's all they care about. When the truth is, if all of you can just gather up and use social media for what it was really meant for, and spread the word, get the message out, do what needs to be done, and vote for the other parties. If all of you just said, screw it, we're going to vote Green Party. Whoever's in it, we're doing it. Across the board. That's it. What happens is you win. The old guard loses. It's that simple. It truthfully really is. People don't want to leave the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. So you got those that the whole idea is to infiltrate it and then get those people voted in. When the truth is, what's going to happen is those people are going to get corrupted because the only way they're going to get any leeway is to play ball. And when you play ball, You don't play ball with your rules. You play ball with their rules, and you lose. It's done. And I saw this 4 or 5 years ago, and it's happening. So you young people, this is for you. This is to you. And for anyone out there that just might be a Gen X or a boomer that says, I'm tired of this DNC and RNC trap where we give our vote, our energy, and all our arguments and rage to vote for people that's only going to hurt us even more. Make the change. It's not hard. You didn't want to vote for those that were in your party just because they were possibly Latino, possibly Jewish or African American. Those days hopefully are long behind us. Might add, that's just 4 years ago. Let's just hope that all of you listening, any of you that listens, will spread the message. If not the video, tell your friends, don't vote for the same old crap. Move forward. You want change? It starts with you. I promise you that. This has been Cedric Kennedy for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.